Hey everybody, we are live with a video I was not expecting to do before WWE Payback, but here we are. I'm being joined by the ladies of No DQ, my wife Caitlin and the other Erin. They occasionally appear on videos. They're here with us. And later on in just a few moments, good old JM Jeff Meacham, Walter Cruz, and maybe a few others will join us to discuss CM Punk being fired from AEW. And this was a little crazy because the three of us went out to dinner about an hour ago. And I thought to myself, nice little dinner, kick back, relax. And then all of a sudden, the texts come in, AEW.
Who found the text first?
She did.
I pull up my phone, I'm like, oh, it says CM Punk was released.
And then he was like, wait, what?
Yeah, and then
you better look at that.
I see AEW's Twitter account. AEW has terminated CM Punk following the news that he got into a backstage altercation with Jack Perry at All In last Sunday. And on top of that, I get my food. We're at dinner. And what happened, Caitlin?
He got a steak that was supposed to be medium, and it was pre-rare.
Caitlin will share the picture later. Look out for that.
The No DQ chat has seen the picture.
So Caitlin needs to share it on Twitter, and she will.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm putting that on Twitter.
I'm forcing her
for all you that are watching right now.
Yeah, you got to share.
Or maybe he's going to show
I
it.
could
I
eat
don't
a
know.
rare steak. I don't think.
Yeah, I like medium rare, and I can do rare, but that looked pretty crazy.
Not cooked.
No, I'm gonna get it uploaded here in just a second.
My food was cooked.
Oh, you're gonna put it on the screen?
Yeah.
As you should. It was
Oops, my bad. We're supposed to sit straight up, he said.
So dinner did not go exactly as planned, but we're here live to discuss CM Punk. Erin, any thoughts on this news? Are you surprised by this at all?
Yes and no. That makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
I get why they did it, so I'm not surprised in that. But I mean, it's CM Punk, so at the same time, you just don't think it's going to happen.
Caitlin, any thoughts? Were you surprised by this news?
A little surprised. I thought maybe it would be another extended suspension or what have you.
Maybe the timing.
Yeah.
I'm more surprised about than anything. They did it right before All Out.
Yeah.
Before a WWE pay-per-view, and you know how they are about WWE. AEW is always talking about WWE, so.
Yeah, right.
The timing is suspicious.
But yeah, I guess I'm surprised overall, but also, like you said, also not, because he seems to always be involved in some of the things that go on. So also, I don't have makeup on because this was breaking news, and here we are.
Hey,
so
I do have makeup on.
She does. I know, because I don't put it on if not necessary. So anyway, that's all. Erin and I are going to go on a walk.
Well, don't
go
just yet.
Oh, not yet. Okay, hold on.
Don't go yet. I need to get this picture up. And
you guys need to see this picture because it looks absolutely.
Yeah. We've got the steak of the century.
Terrible.
I'm going to need people to let me know what they think of this steak.
Or you can super chat.
I mean,
there you go.
I like
the
steaks.
ladies of No DQ want a super chat.
We want a super chat of what you think this is.
I can go for a medium rare steak, but I don't even think this would qualify as
prime rib.
All right, here it is.
Guys, what is this?
Zoom in. Can you zoom in or not?
That is as far as we can zoom in.
What kind of steak is
That's the supposed medium steak. Let's go to the chat. Pull it up for us so we can see what people are saying.
This is not medium.
What do they think?
There's no way it's medium.
No, nothing yet.
Jeff says, rare steaks, no makeup. This is it's scrolled off. This is far more captivating than the bullshit.
And who knows, guys? Maybe we'll be back later. I don't know.
Yeah, we might come on after the Payback show.
Would you guys like to hear from good old JM, Jeff Meacham, Mr. Reliable, and maybe a few others? If so, stay tuned for just a minute. I'm going to let the ladies go and take a walk and enjoy the outdoors while it's still warm in Michigan. So here's CM Punk's face for just a minute. And I will be back momentarily in about 30 seconds with good old JM, Jeff Meacham, and Mr. Reliable, the one and the only, thankfully, Walter Cruz.
All right. Get the shoes Bye, guys.
That may have been the most unflattering transition in the history of television. Holy shit.
All right, we're
Well,
back.
thank heavens for that.
I am here with good old
JM.
JM, Jeff Meacham, and Mr. Reliable, Walter Cruz. Now, let me get to a super chat here. Caleb Jacobs sent in $6, says, the way I see it is that Punk now has options like Hollywood. What do you think, Walter? Do you think Hollywood will be calling for CM Punk?
You guys forget that there's a strike? What the hell? There's a strike.
I was gonna
Punk can't
say,
go into
yeah.
Hollywood. I don't think so.
God.
But if it triggers a WWE return, I would love it.
Jeff, I'll go over to you now. Your reaction to this news that CM Punk was fired, terminated from AEW.
The hell with Punk, man. Did they kill a live cow out in the back of the restaurant and like feed it to you right then and there? That was a live cow.
That's what they must have done. Yeah.
That was ridiculous. Like that, like Walter's chat said, that freaking steak was pinker than the Acclaim's ring gear. Holy shit. Oh my, I mean, like redder than this. That's awful. That is not medium. Like even my mother would be like, yeah, no. As far as Punk, first of all, you owe me $100, Phil, you asshole. Cost me the bet with Josh.
Oh wow.
So mad.
It's settled, guys. It is settled.
I am so mad right now for that reason alone. I can give a shit if Phil lost his job and he's a drama queen. He cost me $100, man. Oh, so mad, but it's okay. Luckily,
Yeah,
I'm back
so-
at work at Disney, and you know,
Guys, we had a wager that was made between Jeff and Josh Mansfield, who's one of our sometimes panelists on the No DQ channel, occasional column writer, but he really hasn't written much since that Hulk Hogan column. That pretty much
yeah. Well, you scared him away.
Yeah, we did pretty much scare him away. All right, we got TJS in here. TJS is in the house to join us. Jeff, any other thoughts about CM Punk?
It's made for interesting open mic night tonight, 8:00. That's or 11:00. That's for sure. It's going to be a fun. I mean, we were going to talk about the various people he's caused drama with, but shit, now we got a whole other lead topic now, baby. It's very disappointing, and I don't sound like a dad. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed, but I am. Like, it's very sad that grown people couldn't keep their act together, and now because Punk felt compelled to react to Perry's very obvious shot on the air, he cost himself his job. You know, I people asking me in the chat, you know, what are they going to do with the real world title? There's no need for it now. There's literally no need for it now. But yeah, unfortunately, what's really shitty about the bet, he literally cost me the bet by 2 days. 2 days. Because had he made it to Monday, or the end of Monday, I'd have won the bet. Because it would have been a year.
I thought it was a year from his return at Collision.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
I thought that's what it was. So,
well, if it wasn't, I'm screwed either way. But if it was a year from All Out last year, then I would have made it by 2 more days. But either way, he still owes me money. I say we should write a petition, Aaron, a no DQ Galaxy-driven petition. $50 from Tony Khan, $50 from Phil Brooks. Pay off my bet to Josh Mansfield. That's what we should do.
I sent the link to Josh Mansfield so he could come in and gloat, but I'm not sure if he's available right now. This was very shocking news.
I will say this. If Josh Mansfield is too busy to be on Open Mic Night tonight, but he shows up in this stream, I owe him nothing. Because he's a liar then.
So, oh, jeez.
There you go.
We do have a few super chats here. I'll get to those. Walter just sent in $2. He says the steak is pinker than the Acclaim's ring gear. Yeah. So
I totally agree with that.
For those of you just tuning in, I was enjoying a nice dinner with my wife and her bestie, and I got the news about CM Punk right when we were ordering, and then
how'd you find out?
Hang on.
She just got a text message, and she said, "Look at Twitter." And I saw on Twitter, and AEW had sent out the message that CM Punk has been terminated from his AEW
apparently
contract.
Lady Aaron saw the thing first, and then it just it freaking escalated from there.
So TJS, I got my dinner. I ordered, and to answer this question here from the This Guy Experience, he says, "I'm here if you need me." Was it Kobe beef? No, it was a sirloin. It was supposed to be steak frites, which I believe they're cut up pieces.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Somebody let me know. But anyways,
you're right.
it was supposed to be medium. It even says on their menu. I'm not going to call out the restaurant because I actually like the restaurant. This is the first bad experience I had there out of many good experiences. But on the menu, it says it's cooked medium. And here's the photo of it. It's kind of hard to tell there, but let me tell you, like, I could not even swallow a bite of that thing.
That is a live cow. They literally killed that cow 5 minutes before they put it on your plate. That is a live damn cow.
Yeah. So when people say, and they'll ask me questions like, where were you on the day that CM Punk got fired? I was getting the rarest steak of my life when I heard the news.
That's not that. Yeah. I'm going to get so in trouble for this, but I really don't care. My parents, on one of their first times, my mom went over to my dad's parents' house for like the first time they were meeting or whatever. I think they went out and my mom ordered a medium steak because at home, whenever her mom cooked medium, it looked either medium well or closer to well. So when she ordered medium and it came back not quite that red or pink, but red enough where she could digest it, she's in front of these new people in her life who are going to be her in-laws one day. She didn't know this, of course, at the time, but she was mortified and embarrassed. And the entirety of the table was looking at her like, oh my God, because they didn't know that she didn't know. It was that is why I think it's so silly that it's not universal across the board, that rare is rare, medium rare. Like, it should be everybody the same.
Well, I figured they would temp it. Like, did they not?
That looks like from cow. That looks like from cow to your plate with no fire in between. That's what that looks like.
It's literally, if you look at the outside texture of the meat, it looks like they hacked that poor beast down, threw it on the fire for about 5 minutes, and they go, "Here you go, Mr. Riff." Like, what the hell, man? Oh.
Anyways, I think we've talked enough about the steak. That's not the reason we're here, but it's a funny story. Mr. Tito sent in a $5 super chat, says, 3 things can be true at the same time. Tony Khan can be a bad leader, the elite are immature trolls, and CM Punk can be difficult to work with. I mean, that can very well be the case, but hey,
and it is.
At least Tony Khan finally took action here. People were saying, is this guy actually going to do something here, or is he going to let the inmates run the asylum? I mean, this was something that I think even if Punk is not 100% guilty, and I'm thinking it's maybe a mix. I don't think that there's really any innocent party in all this, but at least to Tony Khan's credit, there's a problem and he's handling it. And whether it's good for AEW business long term, that remains to be seen. But I'm going to throw it over now to TJS so he can give us his thoughts, your reaction to the news. Do you think it was the right call?
I think Tony Khan is a mark.
Are you trying to be virtue there?
You're trying to be funny. We can't hear a word you're saying because you're being a mark for yourself, Tyler.
I think Tony Khan is a mark. I think this was actually the wrong decision. Truthfully, I think that Tony should have hired a mediator or progressive discipline is a thing. I feel like this was the wrong move. Collision is going to die a horrible death, and I have no interest in AEW anymore. So there you go, Tony Khan. You sealed the deal, being a mark for yourself and a mark for the elite. Good luck. AEW is going downhill, baby.
For those of you wondering what the hell he's doing with the sunglasses, he's basically imitating Virtue. Since Virtue's not here, Virtue wanted to be on, and I'm not sure where he's at, but Virtue tweeted this out. And Virtue, his exact words, where is this? He says, "Now there's officially zero reason for me to watch or keep up with AEW. Thank you, Tony Khan." That's coming from Virtue. And Virtue always
thought he
wears
did-
sunglasses indoors.
Yeah, I thought he declined being on tonight in favor of doing the review on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Virtue is. He was supposed to be here, but anyways, seriously though, TJS, your legitimate thoughts on this.
Okay, in all seriousness, I am disappointed because CM Punk is in my top 10 easily. The character, the CM Punk, not Phil Brooks, but CM Punk. I've always really liked his work, and I was really excited when he debuted on what was it, Rampage. He was on the first episode. Yeah, it sucks, man. And I believe we were talking about this on the predictions here, and we were like, okay, the tiebreaker is does CM Punk show up at All Out? And I was the only one that said, yeah, I think he will. Unfortunately, that doesn't appear to be, that's not happening, and I'm concerned for the crowd. I don't know how they're going to react to this, but yeah, really unfortunate. But one has to wonder, does Punk end up back in WWE? He was backstage at a Raw earlier this year, so maybe the fences are mended. Who knows? Survivor Series is in Chicago. Probably just wishful thinking, but I wouldn't be disappointed if he showed up.
Well, there's a lot of questions about all this. First and foremost, is there a no compete? Is he free to do whatever he wants right now? That's the first question. The second question is, even if he's free, does WWE even want to take him back? Because their attitude could be like, well, we're already doing tremendous business. WrestleMania is basically sold out, 90,000 plus tickets already sold for the event. We don't need CM Punk. That might be their attitude. But at the same time, could they think, well, maybe CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, big money match there, would generate a lot of buzz? Walter.
I'll tell you what, if I was WWE, I would book some kind of Survivor Series traditional match, and one of them's a mystery partner. And you know the rumors are going to go crazy. Everybody's going to tune in. You're ready. Even if it's not Punk, even if you didn't sign Punk, as a marketing genius, you do something like that, and then boom, generate a bunch of interest in the WWE. Everybody's going to tune in because the general census is that's obviously Punk, right? That's obviously Punk. And then everybody's going to get interested. Even if it ain't Punk, in terms of business and marketing, that'd be the smartest thing to do right there.
Well, I mean, I think sorry, Jeff. No, I was just going to say real quick, since they don't have to sell the show, it's on Peacock, everyone's watching anyway, just have him show up. Don't even tease it, just have him show up.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that on just a second here, but let's bring in the man of the hour who has been talking about CM Punk for several years. One of the reasons he's invested, maybe the only reason he's still invested in AEW. He's here with us now, so let's welcome Virtue.
Oh,
hello, everybody. Hey, ready? I was not expecting to do this. I only have a couple of minutes. Obviously, we're going to hype up the No DQ review Tuesday night at 7 p.m., where we will continue this discussion, probably have more news by then.
Yeah.
But I'm shocked. I'm surprised. I figured CM Punk had an ironclad contract where it'd either have to expire or he would have to leave. So the fact that it was termination and the contract is void, we don't know if he's still getting paid. We don't know any of the details, right? We're never going to know the details, even no matter what Dave Meltzer says, blah, blah, blah. But we know he's not with AEW. And if this is a work, which it's not, today, 20 years ago, it would have been a work, not today. I would be one of the most shocked people in the world if he showed up tomorrow night. But WWE, though, ... man. Everybody's come back. They have all come back. Why can't we believe, no matter, despite his, whatever stigma is around CM Punk backstage, right, in AEW, why would we not believe that? He was backstage at Raw. He's obviously gets along with veterans. So stay tuned. I will talk more about this as I let this sink in Tuesday night on the review. But back to you, Aaron. Thanks for letting me jump on. And I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I didn't think it was going to happen, and it did.
Yeah.
So
He also did that show. Wasn't there like a talk show he was involved in with WWE?
yeah, it was a Fox show.
WWE backstage.
Yeah.
Ironically enough.
Dude, hey, and think about it. He left WWE because he was burnt out hurt. They give the cushy contracts now with limited dates out, like to a lot of the people. I could see them coming to an agreement. I really can. I mean, anything for business. Stay tuned. I just don't understand why so many people hate the guy,
Right.
because
Thank
you know it's a two-way street. If he's guilty of any wrongdoings the past year or two, the other parties involved are the same way. But because they outnumbered him, that's why we're at right now.
Well,
Okay?
Virtue,
The fraternity over there. Okay, what, Aaron?
Virtue at the Cauliflower Alley Club ceremony this week, I had several people that I've talked to that were there, and they said they met CM Punk and he was really nice to everybody there, and he gave this speech for like 40 minutes and everybody was invested in it, and it sounded like it was a positive experience for him and everybody that was there, and he definitely has his supporters.
Let's do the math here. In WWE, like, what relationships besides maybe Vince McMahon and Triple H, he got along with the wrestlers, like, for the most part. He worked with all the top guys. Then this younger generation in AEW is where it started happening. It's something like, it's just strange. It's very strange. The culture today is strange. The dirt sheets spread that narrative that they want to get out. But anyway, to be continued Tuesday night on the review. Back to you, Cats. Thanks for letting me come on, but I got to get back to my function this evening. So
Enjoy your McDonald's in Cleveland.
thank you. See ya. Bye.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
the guy hated he hated Ryback, but he worked with him.
Yeah, it's one of a few people that were at the CAC relate. He spoke very highly of Hunter in his speech.
Oh,
So it's one of those. He probably knew the writing was on the wall because CAC was not too far after London, so he probably knew that it was going to not go his way. So probably very strategic of Phil to speak highly of Hunter in his CAC acceptance. So
And Jeff, there was apparently footage of the incident, and maybe that painted a picture that made CM Punk look guilty. Walter?
Yeah.
Maybe. But Aaron, wouldn't you love him cross-legged sitting in a WWE ring, no script, no nothing, and whoever's the producer just says, "Go for it, say whatever the hell you want," and just boom.
Well, let's throw out this scenario. If CM Punk is available for Survivor Series, I think that would be the place to bring him back. And I would have Roman Reigns at the end of the show, probably celebrating another Universal Championship victory.
God.
And he gets on the mic and says, "Everybody has acknowledged me. There's nobody left to acknowledge me. I might as well retire." And then all of a sudden, Cult of Personality hits in Chicago. And you got a big match set up for the Royal Rumble. I don't know if they're going to do WrestleMania, but Royal Rumble, I mean, that would be massive.
That'll probably be the biggest pop you've ever heard.
So, I had said when I've been off of the injury that I was not going to just kind of gave him an idea of going to WrestleMania. I found, and again, this is completely just off script, and I shouldn't be probably saying this in front of the world. I got a raise at Disney while I was off. Like, our union got us a raise at work.
Nice.
Like a big one. So between the YouTube payouts and the increased salary, the increased hourly at Disney, if Punk's at WrestleMania, I may make a way to, like, I may make it a point to go, because I just want to see it. Look, I know. Like, I mean, so hypocritical because I was so outspoken, and I still am. I still feel like, as much as everybody is at fault, he's been the center of all of it, and I still feel he's hypocritical for coming back, and I couldn't get well at a place I was sick. It's like, dude, it wasn't the company, it was the business that made you sick, dude. But you know what? If he shows up at Survivor Series where are they going to be for Survivor Series? Which
Chicago
venue?
Chicago,
Allstate, right?
Allstate Arena.
Dude, if they're at Allstate and he shows up, that place is gonna go absolutely banana, as Pat Patterson would say. Yeah, I'm here for it. I don't want to be here for it, but I already owe Josh the money anyway, so the hell with it. Will be really funny, and just it won't happen. So I'll throw it out there now.
I mean, I don't expect to see CM Punk back in WWE. I'm saying that I'm putting that out there right now. If he shows up, I will be legitimately surprised. I don't think WWE needs him, really. I mean, it would be awesome for fans, and it would be a very entertaining moment. But they're doing tremendous business right now. Like they're selling out arenas every week. WrestleMania, 90,000 plus tickets sold. They don't need CM Punk. I think he will go into the Hall of Fame one day. WWE will induct him one day, but I just don't think he's going to come back. I would be surprised, Jeff.
What would be so funny, just for shits, like I said, I don't think it's going to happen, but just for shits and giggles, Bound for Glory is also in Chicago. Just
I doubt
randomly
it.
Just no. I understand. Like it is a complete damn near like 99.9% not going to happen. But what if it does? Just for like he hasn't signed with WWE yet. He just kind of walks out there and just kind of goes and doesn't say a word. Just keeps on walking. I think that'd be funnier than hell.
Yeah.
It would get buzz around Impact at the very least, so that'd be a good thing for D'Amore and whatever. But
it'll be interesting to see if there's any kind of no compete clause, because I think that if you're laid off, there's a 90-day non-compete. But if you're just outright fired, I don't know if it's a different situation. Now, maybe Tony Khan insisted that on the terms of the termination that CM Punk cannot work for 90 days and he'll get paid to sit at home for 90 days. I'm not sure. Haven't heard anything about it yet, but hopefully that information will come out soon and we'll know for sure if he's even a possibility for Survivor Series.
What's even funnier, again, I was talking about the bet being, short by 2 days if it wasn't All Out. If it had happened before All Out, it would have been 90 days at Survivor Series. Survivor Series on the 25th.
Right. Yeah.
Just a couple of days, man.
And I've never been to Chicago. I might have to book a flight. I've only connected flights in the O'Hare airport. I've never actually been out in Chicago, so I might have to.
It is a cool city. It's got a cool vibe. I was there briefly on Dylan's little Six Flags excursion we took, and what a shit show that turned out to be. But I would like to go and just do Chicago, be in Chicago proper, not just be passing through. It'd be cool. So
I've only been in Chicago for 45 minutes, literally, just connecting a flight.
That was how I was in San Francisco before I went with up to the Cow Palace on that Six Flags thing. I literally been through the airport to catch a puddle jumper up to Portland. But is puddle jumper even a term anymore? Am I that old? Puddle jumper, what's a puddle jumper? It's a little plane that goes. Yeah. I like to go, but I'd rather save the money to go to Mania because I really want to go to that because the freaking Eagles screwed me. I had everybody come out this year. So I really want to go to Mania.
Yeah, we got a few super chats here. Let me get to those real quick. Daniel sent in $2. He says, CM Punk's future is unknown at this point. I mean, very true.
Very true.
We might never see him wrestle again. This could be the end of his career. We're fantasizing about a possible WWE appearance, but as I like to say, I think it's highly unlikely in all likelihood that
I do too.
He returns to WWE. If I had to bet money on it, I'd say his career is over. He's not coming back. Walter?
If he had returned to wrestling any sooner, it would
be
better. Yes.
Okay. When Walter's hand goes up,
my mouth goes shut. All right.
I was just gonna say, Punk has made enough money in his life to just chill with AJ and his dog and get out of the spotlight. So it's all our hopes that he continues, but you never know with this guy. So I mean, he's made more than enough money to just hang out with AJ and his dog.
Well, he can do other things besides wrestling. If he does need more money, Hollywood's open. He was a comic writer. I don't know if he still is. UFC commentator. I mean, I think he can find a job, but with the backstage reputation, maybe companies see that and they think that's troubling. Jeff?
I'm waiting for Aaron to call me so I don't get in trouble again.
Go ahead.
So he loses his job. I found out through the course of attending the WOW tapings that AJ also left her position at WOW Wrestling. So neither of them are in the business at this point.
Oh, so I didn't know that.
Curious to see if she was contemplating returning in any sort of capacity with any company, but now he's gone. They may just both say screw it and be done.
Yeah. Walter.
Imagine they both return to WWE.
I think if AJ was physically wanting to. I mean, because her neck is pretty messed up. So
Yeah, it is.
if it was a matter of both of them wanting to, then maybe. But I don't think, like, the fans would love to see CM Punk and AJ Lee, but I don't know if Phil and April want to deal with it anymore. Right?
Nah, most likely.
So-
I'm just saying, imagine. I'm just throwing things out there.
Yeah, that would be cool. Aaron, I
That-
know you.
No, I was
Yeah.
just gonna say that's gonna break your site for real, Aaron.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah.
already doing it as we speak. Like, I've been having trouble getting on there the last
Aaron.
hour or so.
Aaron, I know you said that you don't think WWE needs CM Punk. So just hypothetically, if you were Triple H or Vince McMahon or Nick Khan, if CM Punk texted you and said, "Let's do business," would you respond back and say no?
Yes,
No, of course
I would.
You,
Wow.
would you really? Wow. I'm surprised
Yeah.
at that, Aaron. I really
Well,
am.
Triple H, Vince says it. Triple H says it. Like, Vince's attitude was always he will bury the hatchet with people if there's business to be done. And I think CM
Oh,
But
Punk.
you don't
So,
think there's
okay, I think you misunderstood Tyler's question. He said, would you respond no? And you said, yes, I would.
Oh, I thought he asked would I respond no or yes. I would
Okay,
respond
okay,
yes.
perfect. Okay,
Sorry, I must
okay.
have misheard it then. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I would answer. I think that's what I thought you were asking
yeah.
me. Like,
You would-
would
you
I
would say,
respond
yeah,
to the
let's-
text?
You would say,
Okay.
yeah, let's talk about it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I would if I was them and CM Punk wanted to come back and do business. Yeah, bring him back, but make sure that he agrees to show up and doesn't walk out. You know, that would be the concern.
As long and as much more vicious as Bruno and the Warrior were to WWE, Punk's diatribes have been, tame. Bruno just brutalized WWE, and God, when Warrior left, he did not hold back at all, and he was much more foul-mouthed with his. So if they can come back, if Sable can come back from suing the company for a sexual harassment suit and agreeing to not agreeing to show her boobs on TV or be involved with Vince in the storyline, and she did every one of those things.
Yeah, I mean,
If
they
Brett can
brought
come
back
back-
the Ultimate Warrior, and how many
Right.
times did they fire Marty Jannetty and they brought him back? I mean,
Yeah. If Brett can come back after writing in his book, I will never make a storyline out of Montreal, and he did everything.
yeah.
CM
Well,
Punk-
Hogan
they
came
wanted
back.
Brett back for a while.
Hogan came back. Eric Bischoff. They signed Eric Bischoff, who
Right.
pretty much tried to bury WWE. They signed
Seriously.
him.
Seriously. They have brought in everybody or brought back everybody that, was just out to illegitimize the company or bring them down from the outside. Superstar Billy Graham was just hateful. And then he almost died, and they brought him back, put him in the Hall of Fame, and then he became hateful again before he passed away. He just was criticizing the company. It's like, man, I hate to, shit people that can't, defend themselves anymore, but it's like WWE is far more forgiving, Vince and Triple H both, than people give them credit for.
It took 30 years, but they forgave Bruno and they worked with Bruno and gave him
It
the
was
Hall
more
of
than
Fame.
30, brother.
It was like 50, right?
Didn't
Well-
Bret Hart punch Vince in the face?
Yeah.
I mean, if you ask Vince knew Brett was going to want to hit him, and Vince felt he owed Brett that. It's like, well, yeah, among other things, but Brett laid out Vince in the locker room there in Montreal before he left. But again, business is money is the ultimate bottom line, especially with this merger now. They've got to produce money, and Punk coming in is money. And anyway,
Walter.
I want to give Tony Khan some credit that he grew balls and he did this. However, Tony, you just made Punk a martyr, and you try to use him as the person to the locker room and say, look, if I fired him, you guys better be on your best behavior because I can fire any of y'all. But he let EVPs, in my opinion, get in his ear, and he did what he did. But you just made Punk a martyr, and I hope you realize that this might come back to bite you in the ass now. And I understand business is business, and you did what you did, but have the same energy because Perry should be gone. All these people involved in all the crap you did, you should have cleaned house and said, I'm not going to tolerate this shit.
At the very least, if you're not going to fire the Bucks, because let's be real, without the Bucks and Kenny and Hangman and Cody, there wouldn't be an AEW. Take their damn EVP nameplates off their desk. Like, seriously, at least do that.
And I'm a Punk mark. You guys can call me. You know I love Punk. So, and I'm gonna defend him. I say he's not the only one here. You can't make this one-sided. There's always three sides to every story. There's the said such and such persons, the other such and such person, and the actual truth. There's always three sides, and people are just jumping down Punk throat. It can't all be Punk.
You know what? Sorry, Aaron. Were you gonna?
Oh, we'll go ahead. Finish your thought, and
Oh,
then I
well-
want to read off a few more super chats.
Okay,
Go ahead,
well-
TJS.
Real quick, I was just gonna say, I mean, I feel like Tony Khan. I know everyone is saying that he's grown the balls to do this, but I just feel like, maybe there should have been a progressive discipline. I know Punk was suspended once, but is it 2 strikes and you're out now? I thought maybe you should. So I mean, just real quick, I was wondering if we can just do this at the same time. If you agree with Tony Khan's decision, if you think he made the right move, hold up a thumbs up. If you disagree, think he did the wrong thing, thumbs down.
I think he had to do it, and I'll tell you why. They made a whole new show just to try and keep people happy, and they should have solved this a long time ago.
Yep.
Like, they should not have brought back CM Punk if he could not get along with half the roster. So that was a big issue right there. And I think at some point, as much of a draw as he is, and he does generate headlines, he brings in site traffic to no DQ, it's causing too many problems. There should not be separate rosters like this just because people can't get along. It's ridiculous.
What do you do with that show now?
I mean, they already have it. They have a contract with Warner Brothers Discovery, but now I presume we're going to start seeing Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks and Adam Page on that show regularly, and maybe they'll get their ratings up.
Ricky mother effing Starks.
Don't think this timing isn't coincidental. You booked a weak card. Suddenly you did this on the eve of this pay-per-view. You're going to try to grab last-minute buys. Like, don't think Khan's a businessman at the end of the day. So I kind of give him credit. This was smart to do it on this.
Well, funny thing is, I'm interested now in Collision, but Payback's on. So, like, I kind of want to follow what's going on in Collision. They got me. I just want to see how the fans react. Like, if they're gonna chant CM Punk, are they happy?
Chicago. It's in Chicago, isn't it? That's
same venue as All Out. And it's funny. JJ had we emailed James. It's like, look, we're all busy with Payback. Can you take notes on AEW? I don't think he wants to.
If it wasn't your job, you probably would watch Collision instead of Payback.
I might watch Payback later instead of.
Two screens.
Yeah, I mean, I might have to throw it on, put it on my phone.
This
for
reminds
a little bit.
me of WCW back in the day when one was on. Remember when Raw was on commercial? You would switch to Nitro. When Nitro was on commercial,
well, I had no intentions of watching
of
Collision live tonight until now. I'll say that much.
I bet they don't say anything about it. It'll probably just be. Well, they're going to bend wall.
They're going to have to.
Thank goodness for DVR.
There is no way that crowd's not going to make them say something. There's no way.
Yeah, crowd will go crazy.
I mean, I also feel like some fans they turned against CM Punk. I mean, not all of them. There's definitely CM Punk fans out there, but I feel like there are some that resent him. It's kind of a sad ending for him, considering his triumphant return in 2021.
Yeah, Jeff
they're
is
in
right.
Chicago. That's the only difference. That's the only reason I say they're going to be as much as he is the center of all this crap. It's still Chicago. It's still his people. So there will be a vocal, even if it's a minority. You'll still hear the chants for CM Punk.
Yeah, Walter.
I have to say this because Jeff, JJ, and I have been saying this. This is why you don't effing oversaturate one market, Tony. This is bit you in the ass. How many times are you going to go to Chicago? Now it bit you in the ass. Because if this pay-per-view was anywhere else, the heat might have died down a little and you could get away with it for a week and then all the extra news will be released. But now you got a pay-per-view 24 hours after you did this in Chicago. You shouldn't have keep booking Chicago.
Yeah. Let's get to a few super chats here. Psycho Jet Black sent in a couple. He says, just found out right now, Punk for the Royal Rumble in 2024. Well, again, if it was me and he's available, I would have him at Survivor Series. I would do it in Chicago. But that is a possibility too. If there is a 90-day non-compete, then maybe they could bring him in for the Rumble as a surprise. Walter?
All he ever wanted was the main event of WrestleMania. You give him that Rumble spot and he wins it, you gave him what he wanted all along. Maybe it's a whole different run.
Would suck for Cody.
Imagine if he's the one to take Roman down finally. Oh my God. Seriously. Just think about that for a second.
I don't think he would, even if they did the match, but they would definitely generate a lot of buzz for that, and it would at least, like you said, give him the main event spot that he's been wanting.
You just said it too, Aaron, though. Poor Cody if that happens, because it's like, sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm not expecting it, and Cody's been there for them, and I think at the end of the day they're going to stick to their plans. But it would be an interesting little sidetrack if we got CM Punk versus Roman Reigns like at the Royal Rumble or something coming up before WrestleMania.
Then again, you could still have Cody finish the story and have Punk make the other belt important that Seth has now.
They could just do Cody versus Roman Reigns at Survivor Series, get it out of the way, and then CM Punk shows up. Maybe Cody wins and CM Punk comes out and challenges Cody. Like there's something. Like there's a lot of different things they could do, but I don't think Roman's losing that title until WrestleMania anyways. Let's get to this other super chat from Psycho Jed Black. He says, will Jack Perry get pushed or buried for this? Well, the fact that CM Punk is fired makes me think that they consider him to be the more guilty party of the two. Not that Jack Perry didn't play a role in it, but I suspect Perry will be back and he'll probably be pushed. I don't think it'll hurt him too much. Jeff?
I think the way they worded this, or Tony worded this, or whoever it was worded the statement was the investigation found Punk to be the primary guilty party, which is why he was one that was terminated. Again, the statement didn't say that, but the way they worded it leads me to believe that was what the investigation found. So yeah, I think Perry will definitely be maybe not pushed or buried either way by creative, but the locker room is really going to look down on him for it too.
And the crowd is definitely going to turn on him.
Jeff, the exact wording in the press release is that they made a unanimous decision, a unanimous recommendation from outside legal counsel that CM Punk be terminated with cause.
Right. So if you go by that and you look back at this entire year plus, this investigation clearly believes that Punk is the primary guilty party in all this crap. So
is that what the with cause means? It's just legal mumbo jumbo for he's at fault?
Well, So if you're terminated without cause, it's it's different. I will say, if I was Tony Khan, I don't personally, I would have said, why don't you guys just take it outside, beat each other up, and then kiss and make up? Like, let this drama be.
That's how it would have been settled in the 80s, I think, not today.
Oh, look, when I was in school, if there was if you got into a fight with someone, you get into your fight and then that's it, Yeah,
well, that's what children do, not professional adults.
He just said the perfect word. It's school. It's in high school. It's freaking grown-ass people working for a living. God damn it. Thank you, Tyler.
Performing at an event that has a $10 million gate. You would think they'd be able to get their shit together.
Well, so, yeah, but it's also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Punk did, do a little wave goodbye to the All-Out or the All-In.
He probably knew that might be it for him.
Yeah, and then there were the backstage photos of him and Joe afterward. I'm sure you guys saw that. He seemed happy in that picture, but
Joe,
would you have spun it into an angle, Aaron? Yeah. It was you.
Yeah. This guy Experience sent in a $2 super chat. He says, "Is CM Punk healthy enough for one more run? News doesn't stop." I mean, he did All Out or All In, whatever the hell it was.
I say mentally healthy doesn't look that way.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point there, Jeff. How is he doing when? For Jack Perry to make a little jab at CM Punk on TV, that set him off. CM Punk should have just been okay, yeah, whatever, dude.
I would beat his ass too if he was talking like that.
I would have went to Tony Khan and turned it into a story. Hey, me and Perry should work together since he did that.
Look,
think about money and business, not personal shit.
Well, I think John Moxley, not too long ago, he did a promo on Punk and he said he's going to break down brittle bones, something like that. Feels like that's what's true. Unfortunate, but
if I was Punk, I would have smiled. That taking jabs at me and stuff like that, I laugh at shit like that. I take that as a smile. That's what I would have smiled if I was him, not get all offended.
I mean, if that glass thing is true, if Punk didn't want real glass, I can't say I blame him. I wouldn't have wanted to work with real glass.
No. There's a video went around. I was talking to James about this, about, why you don't use real glass in wrestling. Even Mick Foley, as crazy as he is, he had, what's his name? Richie Posner doctor up some of that sugar glass for his Boiler Room Brawl with Paul White, because he knows real glass is not a good idea. So,
Right. Yeah.
Oh, Aaron, you were at SummerSlam 09, right? The first one here in LA?
Yeah, with CM Punk and Jeff Hardy ladder match.
The irony of Luke Perry being in that crowd with Jack next to him going, you know what? 2 years from now? Just saying.
Wow.
Right,
The irony.
exactly. We got another super chat here from Psycho Jet Black. He says, more likely to return to WWE, Johnny Ace or CM Punk? Jeff, what happened with that, by the way?
Oh, God.
Apparently,
Oh, my
Jeff was
God.
out in Arizona to make peace with John Laurinaitis because they had some kind of beef. What happened?
So I was in Arizona, and I found out that Ace and Nicole and Bree's mom, Kathy, who are still married somehow because Kathy's more forgiving than any of us, clearly. They were in Flagstaff on vacation. They weren't at the Garcia's podcast.
He was ducking you, Jeff.
He is. He's ducking me. He's a chicken shit.
Whoa.
That pencil.
That doesn't help mend it.
Hey, Aaron, I could have used the other word, but you yelled at me really bad for using that word last time. So I won't use the female descriptive term to talk about Johnny Ace, but he is. Anyway, more likely to return to WWE, CM Punk by a lot. By a lot.
All right.
Vince is back.
Jack McCurry sent in a $5 super chat. He says, and thank you for the super chats, everyone. Says, so crazy that CM Punk is getting fired on the exact anniversary of the Brawl Out. Is it, or was it the third? When was All Out last year?
Tomorrow's the anniversary, if I remember right.
Yeah, so it's like on the eve. It's almost 1 year to the day that Brawl Out happened and that backstage fight happened with the Elite. It's crazy, man. Like, I mean, 2 years ago when CM Punk came out there and everything seemed so right and he was so happy to be there, did you ever think that he would be fired from AEW? Like, it's just mind-boggling.
After last year, which, by the way, Monday's the anniversary. Labor Day, the 4th, is actually the anniversary for 2 years, or last year. Yeah, last year after All Out, I sure as hell did. And, again, when he came back, I was apparently convinced of my own belief that he would stick around, and now I'm out money.
Imagine if the Elite go out on Collision tonight. Like, if AEW tweets that out, breaking news, Young Bucks and Kenny Omega in-ring promo, like, I'd tune in for that. Like, I would turn off Payback and see how the Chicago fans react to them. If Tony really wanted to get some ratings, that's how you do it. Like, tweet it out right now. Elite going to be on Collision. Walter?
Yeah, I would do something like that. Matter of fact, maybe have someone dressed like Punk and the Elite fire them on TV. I would go all out. Hey, you want to make money? There you go.
Yeah. I mean, this is interesting. This may save Collision's viewership this week.
Yeah, but you were talking about 2 years ago when Punk came out. We all were like, "Uh-oh, WWE better be careful. Ratings, AEW's real competition," and then it turns to this. So it's wow.
Yeah, I mean, it was the worst kept secret because we all knew he was going to be at Rampage, and I remember being on the road to Vegas for SummerSlam, and Aaron texted me, and then I got the CM Punk is all Elite. It's like, well, okay, we knew that was coming, and we all had hope as SummerSlam ended, and we had the return of Brock Lesnar to TV, and CM Punk come back to wrestling. It's like, all right, wrestling's good again, and here we are 2 years later going.
All right, before we wrap this up, because we do have a pay-per-view coming up.
Yes,
Walter,
I got you on for coverage.
PLE.
Walter,
whatever. Shush.
PLE. Walter, any final thoughts on this for now? Because obviously there's going to be more news coming out and more details.
For now, we'll see what it is. I'll save a lot for the review. But, I mean, how come nobody's talking about Perry's role in this? I mean, Aaron, if you were Perry, would you? And Punk said that about Glass. Would you not take it as a veteran giving you advice in your career?
Yeah, I mean, I would take it as disrespect,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't try to pick a fight with the guy backstage at
Yeah.
the biggest show of all time.
He
with
started
a
the
$10
fight.
million gate.
If he's gonna,
I would have taken.
It's schoolyard teenage level BS. It's he talked bad about me on TV. I'm gonna go beat him up in your bag now. What the fuck?
Still,
What the hell, Phil? God.
It's veterans giving you advice. Like, we don't know exactly what he said. What if he said, "Hey, listen, don't use real glass. You can get hurt. This and that." He could have said it in a nice way, and this guy took it this other way. So I don't know, but more to come. Tune in Tuesday for the No DQ review.
Tonight,
you'll get more in depth.
Yeah.
You'll get more in depth from Virtue's opinion. Tonight at Talk Wrestling, you're gonna get Jeff and JJ. So the train never stops, people. So tune in.
Yeah, man, we're doing a watch along of Payback in 15 minutes for the pre-show. Aaron will have his recap. We'll open mic night. Gonna be a busy weekend, much busier than we even thought before.
Yeah, really. TJS. I mean, thank goodness this did not happen next week because I got a wedding I have to attend. And
right?
imagine I'm here at the wedding, all of a sudden this news breaks. Like
Tuxedo on camera.
I'll tell you guys,
At least it
it's
was
been
dinner and
crazy.
not the-
I'm sure some of you know the story, but when I bought my car in 2016, I'm at the dealership and I'm getting ready to sign the papers. And this is a major purchase. This isn't just buying something at the grocery store. I'm buying a car and I get a phone call and I answer it and I get a notification that Roman Reigns was suspended. And I thought it was a joke. I thought I was being ribbed, but it was true. Roman Reigns was suspended. And I actually had to ask the worker there if I could step out for a few minutes so I could figure out what was going on here.
He's
and
literally signing for his new car. Like,
yeah,
oh
and
God,
I got in my rental, and I was actually if you look it up on my YouTube, on the No DQ YouTube, look up Roman Reigns suspended from 2016. I am sitting in a rental car or a van or whatever it was, and I'm literally doing the stream there because I was in the process of buying a car. So that's one story. And then I was on a vacation to Yosemite in 2007. And the day before I was set to go into Yosemite, I go on MySpace and I see one of those bulletins from back in the day, if you remember the bulletins, and it said, "Breaking news, Chris Benoit dead." And I have my vacation the next day.
Dude,
So,
yes. I mean, that was why we took so long to have Talk Wrestling, because you were going on your vacation. I was in my classic red polo and khaki pants working at Target when because we've been done, you and I working together full time for about a year at this point. And yeah, I knew it was big when you texted me. I knew it was major when my Rocky Horror Cast lead called me going, what the hell? With that.
And that wasn't even all. Like I went to a Linkin Park concert in 2012, and it's the last time I ever did something on a Monday night. I never did that again. I hear that Jerry Lawler had a heart attack while I'm at a Linkin Park concert.
Wow.
Yeah, and the biggest one for me will always be Vegas with Punk, because I was in the crowd with JJ and a couple of other Casa people, and Aaron he called me. What the hell's going on up there? Well, why? The site just crashed. What? Because the freaking pipe on promo literally crashed, no DQ.
My wife had tickets to see Linkin Park that Saturday when she got the news Chester passed away, and then boom.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then, of course, last week, unfortunately, I hear about Terry Funk while I'm at dinner before going to the Offspring concert, and I missed
going to dinner.
Dynamite that week. Stop going out doing anything.
Aaron, you gotta stay your ass home. You gotta stay your ass home. And I do remember your stream in 2016.
And I don't know how people do it, but like, do people sit at their computer all day? Because I'm already seeing all these major Twitter accounts tweeting about AEW, and I'm barely getting my dinner here. Do people ever take breaks? Am I the only one that this happens to?
Well, and again, I'm not going to throw other names of other streams or there, but I know quite a few of them are in Chicago because they're having not only All Out, but they're having the the hell's the name of that stupid convention?
Comic-Con?
No, Conrad. Starcast. You know, like, so a lot of people were at Starcast, so they all like were in their hotel room waiting. It's like, okay, well,
No.
got my shit ready anyway. Here we go. And you know,
Bray Wyatt, I was actually done with dinner when that happened.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, and I told Caitlin, and I, like I said when we did the stream last week, even though I got the Twitter notification from Triple H, I still thought that it was fake somehow. I actually had to double check and go on Twitter and make sure it was not a fake. You know how they could spoof the
of course.
Yeah.
the
No,
accounts.
we were on Greg's channel doing Jack of all trades. First time he done that since January, and literally he hit end show. The screen went, stream is over or whatever on StreamYard, and one of the contestants said Bray Wyatt passed away. The entire room, all at the same time. What the beep?
Hey Jeff,
Like everybody, it was crazy.
Jeff, you talked to me and you were talking about dad jokes. And Aaron just said with Wyatt, he was just done for dinner, but with this one, his dinner wasn't even done.
Hold on. Hey-o. Winner.
One more time.
yeah.
We got to put it up one more
Yeah,
time.
please show the steak. Oh my god.
This was my dinner to go along with the news that CM Punk was fired from AEW, a steak that was maybe rare at best.
Why no baked potato instead of fries?
Because
Yeah,
I'm not wanting to live too long. That's why.
Yes.
Their seasoned fries are good. This place, again, I don't want to call them out because I've had good experiences there. They have good fries. Just that steak was literally put on the oven for like a second.
Seriously, they
10
took this
seconds
cow back in the back of the restaurant, cooked it for like 5 minutes. When here you go, Mr. Rip.
So what happened? Did you end up eating it, or did you? Take
No,
it home?
I could not eat it. And they did offer they by the way they did take the whole meal off my bill.
Oh, that's good.
I ate the fries, so I had fries for dinner. That's why I'm a little salty right now.
Maybe in honor of Terry Funk, they just branded the cow with the branding iron and then brought it out.
Exactly. But yeah, I tried to take a bite out of it. I couldn't even swallow it.
Yeah,
Like it was.
I mean, that's
not
how.
cooked.
The steak in Japan, I literally just like put it in my mouth and swallowed it whole with like water because it was.
Well, it's a little bit different in Japan because they have that different.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But like in America, there's no that's.
There's no reason to have the steak that
live
rare. That's
octopus.
ridiculous.
You can't compare Japan. They eat the octopus while it's still alive.
It was a Diet Coke. It wasn't even a Pepsi. They need to get with the program here and have some Pepsi.
I just bought some
that
Pepsi
Diet
Zero.
Coke crap.
I bought Pepsi Zero today, actually. Bought some.
Imagine.
I like
imagine
Coke
the
Zero.
irony.
I like Pepsi Zero. I have a video on my personal channel where I try all the diet drinks.
That's a
thank
good
you.
video.
But imagine the irony.
You should
Imagine the irony of you having a Pepsi in your hand when the Punk.
That would have been the greatest thing of all time, right? Oh my god!
All right,
Oh my
TJS. Any final thoughts before we go?
Well, I mean, like I said, it sucks to hear because I really was intrigued with Punk's work. Hopefully all the parties learn from this, and that's pretty much it. Hate to see it. Punk Collision's probably going to die a death now. I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
But yeah, overall disappointed. I wish there was another option, but maybe Tony Khan's hands were tied when he saw that video footage.
Yeah, maybe. I wonder if they'll actually release it. Like, I think that would answer a lot of questions that fans still have if they actually release the footage, if it does in fact exist. Caleb Jacobs sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you, Caleb. Says, how special we get 2 videos today from No DQ. That's right. Coming back tonight after Payback, which thankfully should be a little bit shorter than All Out. All Out's going to be a long one.
Speaking of which, I do need to go because I need to get ready to do the Collision watch along. Thank you guys again. We're doing a watch along Collision. Aaron will recap it, then we'll do a Mike Night, and may God have mercy on all our souls today. Holy crap.
Right, we're all going to sign off here, Jeff. So thank you, Jeff.
Cool.
Thank you, Walter. Walter, what last comment?
I was just
wait,
say, if you
the ladies
release
want to
the
say
footage-
bye.
Oh, okay. If you're gonna release, if you're gonna release the footage, you have to release the raw footage, no editing, because anybody can edit and manipulate it to make it look like it's all Punk. You got to
Release the
raw
tapes,
footage.
Tony Khan.
Yeah.
That's right. Release the tapes.
That's all. That's it, everybody. Take care. Say yes to nodq.com. Thank you, TJS. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Walter.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Lady Aaron. Thank you to my wife, Caitlin, for coming on, sharing their
They run
thoughts. Thank you to the No DQ chat for your participation, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Take care, everyone.
See you all next time.
In a few hours.